YouTube, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. I have a art reveal. It's not an unboxing because I've already taken everything mostly out of the box. But I wanted to share with you some of the latest acquisitions that I got in regards to the other half of my channel. I do a lot about fountain pens, but this is on the art stuff. I am still working on those two videos that I had talked about in my previous ones concerning, I'm sorry, we're tilted here, concerning my fountain pens, but now I want to go into the art supplies. My intention this summer had been to do a lot of like plein air or urban sketching, and I have actually done more than I've done in the past. And then I started feeling gouache all of a sudden, and I wanted to get something to go along with my urban sketching kit that was gouache based and not watercolor based. This is my kit that I take with me when I go out and do any kind of travel and any kind of urban sketching. It's nice and compact. I think I've done a previous video on this, but if you're interested in me breaking this down, which I think I've already broken down, let me know. I think my camera keeps adjusting on the head here. Sorry about that. But I can break this out again if you want to see it again. Just a few things, not a huge reveal, but I did buy a few items. This came from the Czech Republic. It's a magic eraser. Natasha Newton spoke about this on her channel. I wanted to give it a shot because supposedly it can erase watercolor or maybe watercolor pencils if they're not applied, and I just thought that that was genius. So I bought one of those. It came in a pack of 3, but I'm only using this one right now. I bought a large kind of A4 size or 9x12 size sketchbook that I'm working on. This is not mine. This was from the Van Gogh Immersive Experience. I'm just sticking some papers in here, but I'm also working currently with Taria on urban sketching or global sketching world, her course on urban sketching to kind of help me refine my taste there. I currently have in use for travel these kind of, I'm a big fan of Stillman and Byrne sketchbooks. So in this kit, I have a Viva color sheet. So I kind of swatched out the colors this weekend and realized that they're dye based, and so they are very punchy, but they're very hard to manipulate as well. So I'm going to have to figure out a small kind of watercolor palette, which I actually kind of have smaller watercolor palettes, but I got to figure out which one I want to use for that. But I wanted to actually do some gouache because I had started a course a while ago on Skillshare, and I still haven't really done some of the work, but I actually sketched out this past weekend, over Labor Day weekend in the US, I worked on this spread. And it's like I have not done or show, I don't normally show a lot of what I do on art, and I want to explore this more. So I just got done finishing doing this one. I bought some of the new gouache. Hold on just a second. I think I talked about this one already too. This is the Rebecca Green kit. Let me see if you can get this all in. These colors are very muted down, but it's acrylic gouache. So I used some of her gouaches, like the greens are acrylic gouache, and the orange here is acrylic gouache, and the blue I think is, but then I ended up mixing it with some of my Holbein regular non-acrylic gouache, and then I put down some Dorman's watercolor protector or wax to protect the gouache so it doesn't bleed, or actually I can't re-wet it on the stuff that's water soluble based. So I'm just starting to really get into my gouaches. I'm really liking gouache. And I also, like I said, I have this one that I'm doing for the larger format. I'm not very comfortable usually working in a larger format because I've done so much travel sketching and it requires such a smaller notebook that expanding into this is going to be a lot of fun. All right, so that was one of my latest acquisitions. I got some more jelly rolls. I didn't realize that they had a 5 and an 8. I was in Blick this last weekend, so I picked up these. And for my newer acquisition, I picked up this little portable micro painter This is the cutest little thing. Let's see if I can put this together for you guys without ruining it for myself. Let's see here. So you just pull this out. It's the smallest little container I think I've ever seen. Let's see here. And then you slide this on like so. This opens up, and hold on just a second. I don't have this lid on very well. And this goes in like so. Yes, I'm still having problems with my thumb. So that's the palette, and then it has a little holder back here. So I've got to figure out how to clip this with me, but this is the micro portable painter. And let me just get this out of the way. I also have acquired, because I love their paints so much, that I thought what I would do, my regular palette of gouache is my Holbein, and my Holbein gouache, I absolutely love it, but this is a beast, and it's really, really heavy. And although I like it, it's a little bit like unwieldy when it comes to like taking this out, and I felt like this was much easier to travel with. So that tends to stay at home with me, and that's my Holbein gouaches. And what I bought and acquired recently, because I wanted to work limitedly and expand my ability to mix, is I got the M-Gram Basic Gouache, and I love their paints. They're made with honey, so I'm really looking forward to being able to just play with these colors, get to really understand how to mix just a very basic set. I've got a couple of additional colors coming. I'm going to have Algerian Crimson and Payne's Gray. Oops, sorry. My thing does not want to stay up. I'm so sorry about the craziness of the camera angles. So with that being said, I'm going to put these colors, sans the black. So I think I'm going to leave the black one out and use my Payne's Gray. And I was thinking about getting a green, since I've got 6. So, but I also know that I can take the green and the blue, green and blue, the blue and the yellow, and make my greens. So I think I'm going to keep these 4 colors for sure. I've got, like I said, I've got the Payne's Gray coming. And I may switch it out and put in another color, but I'm not exactly sure what color, if I don't use black, I want to put in. So if you guys have any feedback or thoughts or suggestions for anybody who likes to journal as well as paint, please leave a comment below. If you've got like a very basic gouache set that you're using for planning or sketching, let me know. I'd be interested in the comments below. Okay, so those are the very basic set, and a good amount of quantity of paint. These are like a little bit over, these are like 3 point, or hold on a second, they're 5 fluid liter tube ounces of paint, so you get a good amount of paint without it being like a little tiny tube like you get with some of the other kits. Put that back, and this goes in here like so. I just think this is so cute how it buttons up, and you can travel with this quite easily. All right, I got some tortillas to do some blending with, and that I will probably use with my pastels. I got a inexpensive Art Loft and Art Loft palette from Michaels during the Michaels Labor Day sale, kind of pre-sale that they had. I thought this was a really good deal. I didn't spend a lot of money on this. I think this was like 10 bucks. And I needed some different palette knives versus I only had one before, and I think it's like this size, but a little like this size that I picked up at Michael's, but it's like the only one that I had. So I just picked up some more, so I had a little bit more variety in a bag. And this is gonna go for another item that I'm expecting to come, which I can't wait to show on the channel as well. So stay tuned. I've got another palette coming from Russia, so that'll be fun to show you guys with that one. And that's actually what I'm going to probably be using for my plein air sketching. And lastly, I picked up a larger Stay Wet palette. I have the small one for acrylic paints, but I also discovered when I was messing around with my acrylic paints that I didn't have enough room. So I bought another one of these Stay Wet palettes. I also can use glass, but it's nice to actually, if I have excessive goopiness of acrylic paint, that I can have more room to mix. Now I'm hoping like crazy that everything fit within frame, you know, that you got to see the little art loft thing, the palette knives that came in. I got the little portable micro painter that I'm using for my gouache, a new set of primary gouaches from Mgram, some tortillas, the books I've already had, the jelly rolls in 5, 8, and 10. And then I got a new sticker when I was over at REI that I will probably stick on one of my books. I don't know if I'm going to put it on this one, but I kind of feel like this book looks a little lonely, so I'm thinking that this sticker will look great on it as my kind of urban sketching books. All right, folks, that's it. That's all I have. Just a really quick reveal. If you have any suggestions, comments, let me know what you guys are doing. If you're doing any plein air sketching, urban sketching, what you're using in your kits, especially when it comes to gouache. I'm really interested in that. I actually have been watching a lot of people on YouTube lately, but I really want to know what you guys are kind of carrying from a minimalist perspective on colors in your gouache kits. All right. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I appreciate all the support, love, and positive feedback and comments that I'm getting. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button for latest notifications. All right, take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.